Shubhodayam. Welcome all to the 7th batch of certificate course on Sanatana Dharma organized by Veda Samskruti Samiti in association with Visva Yoga Vidyapit. Today we will be having the last class of the on Shodasa Samskaras by Dr. Visalakshi garu. And I request all to keep your questions ready to be cleared by Visalakshi garu today. So we go ahead with the session with Vande Mataram by Venkatnarayan garu.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Suphalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Shamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Shubhrajyotsna pulakitayaminim Phullakusumita drumadala shobhinim Suhasinim sumadhura bhashinim Sukadam varadam mataram Vande mataram Vande mataram
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదాలు వెంకటనారాయణ గారు. Now I request Chandrasekhar garu to do the pradhana.
Alage. Okay. 1 minute meditation followed by 3 times Omkar. गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पद आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीद सादनम् ॐ श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रियवतु। ॐ श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे। न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरो मतिरस्ति गुरो मां पाहि गुरो। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Matrudevo Bhava Pitrudevo Bhava Acharya Devo Bhava Atithi Devo Bhava Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om
Hari Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Dhanyawadalu Chandrasekhar garu for the nice pradhana. Thank you very much. Now I request Visalakshi garu to continue with the webinar, please. And hope I need not put the time at 7:45 to remind you. You'll give the time for questions. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Om Sri Mahaganathipataye Namaha. Om Sri Parvati Rajarajeshwarabhyam Namaha. Om Sri Metha Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Om Shivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya cha Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. During this Vivaha Samskara, yesterday we spoke about the Saptapadi. At Saptapadi, both bridegroom, both of them, they took so many votes. So when Vara and Vathu, they took such oath, pramanas as we say, at each step of Saptapadi, they took with such pious bhavanas. When both of them want to lead the whole life together, how can they get separated by divorces as nowadays here and there, even in India, even in our Sanatana Dharmika country also it is taking place. So when they know the chastity behind the greatness of this marriage, Vivaha Prakriya Kratu, they would never behave in such a manner. So because they are becoming one with such mutual promises, mutual understanding, her gotra changes to the gotra of her husband. In fact, this is the apex, we can say. This is the parakasta of Grihasthasrama, Svikara Dharma, and starting of Dampatya Dharma. So by this, the Vivaha Bandha becomes strong. After this Saptapadi Gamana, the bridegroom blesses the bride who bows down to his feet. That is, the Vathu has to do pranama, bow down to her husband. Then he blesses her to live long with Saubhagya, Saubhagyavati Bhava. Next, the priest shows them the Dhruva Nakshatra. Actually, to bridegroom, he shows to the Vara, priest shows the Dhruva Nakshatra. Then this Vara puts his right hand over the shoulder of his wife, Vathu, and then he shows that Dhruva Nakshatra and says, even our marital bond should be as strong as the top that exists forever, like Dhruvatara, Dhruva Nakshatra in the sky, and says like this with this Vathu, Om Mama Vrate Te Hrudayam Dathasi. Then Mama Chittam Anuchittam Te Astu. Mama Vachamekam Mama Vachamekam Manajushasva. Prajapatistva Niyunaktu Mahyam. So you keep your heart in my heart. Keep your mind in my mind. Make your mind my mind and do my words and follow my words. God's preceptor Bruhaspati may instigate you to please me by your thoughts, behavior, and actions, and even by words. So, while reciting these mantras, he touches the heart of her because her heart should be in his heart. He should live in her heart. So, both the hearts and minds should become one by these mantras. Again, he should recite this mantra while seeing Vathu's face. Om Sumangaliriyam Vathurimam Sameta Pashyata Saubhagyamasmai Dattva Yathastam Viparetana. So this Vathu is very auspicious, Mangala Swarupini. I may obtain all auspicious along with her. So then he keeps her on his left thigh with love and care. Happily, she also sits on the lap on the left thigh of her husband. Then she recites these 7 mantra slokas and takes the oath. Tirtha vrato japana yajnadanam maya sahatvam yadi kim na kuryuhu vamanga mayami tada tvadiyam jagada vakyam prathamam kumari. Havyapradanair amaran pitrunscha Havyapradanair yedi pujayethaha Vamangamayami tada tvadiyam Jagada kanya vachanam dvitiyam Kutumba raksha bharane yedi tvam Kuryaha pasunam paripalanam cha Vamangamayami tada tvadiyam Jagada kanya vachanam trutiyam. So, like that, all 7 slokas are there. I gave only 3 slokas, all others are there in all Grusha Sutra Granthas and in Ekagni Kanda also. So, etc. 7 slokas she recited while doing all religious rites, righteous deeds like Tirtha, Vrata, Ujjapana, then Vratojapana, Yajna, Dana, etc. All karmas. I will come to your left side and participate along with you while offering havyas to gods or kravyas to Pitru Devatas in Agnihotra. I will be at your left side always. I will be on your left side and give support to you in doing the works of maintaining the family, taking care of animals, etc. Thus, several other occasions are mentioned by her where she would stand by his side, giving full support to him. Thus, when one promises, how can they trespass their promises? Can never. So, Vara is very much pleased by her words. So, he says to her once again, Madiya chittanugatam cha chittam sada madajna paripalanam cha Pativrata dharma parayanatvam kuryat sada sarvamimam prayatnam. So you always be interested in Pativratya dharma only. Be your mind fixed on me. Obey my feelings. Have interest in doing the actions befitting to my votes and to your votes. So with these words, he keeps Sindura at the papita of that girl, Vathu. And starting, that is the starting place of the head, that is called as the most auspicious place for women because husband keeps the sindura at the time of marriage. So then onwards, she keeps sindura at that place only, parting place of the head of hair. So that sindura and then kunkuma she must wear for the longevity of her husband. So seeing sindura on the face, people recognize that she got married. And so they develop a sort of respective feelings towards her. So as a part of marriage, Vara shows Arundhati Nakshatra to Vathu. The couple think of Arundhati Vasishta and do pranama and bow down to them. this couple. In our tradition, every newly wedded couple would be asked to see Arundhati Nakshatra and salute her and salute both of them. Though in our Sanatana Dharma, innumerable Pativratas are there, Saptarshis are there, their wives are there. Even then, Arundhati Mata, the mother Arundhati, is to be honored at the time of marriage, seeing them and bowing down. Why? Because it is only she who, because she cannot bear separation of her husband even for a fraction of second. When he stood as a star in the sky, even she became a star and stood by the side of her husband. So the inseparable couple, Arundhati Vasishtha, so they became a most ideal to mankind, to everyone, as Rishi Dampati. So newly married people, Vara and Vathu, they bow down to both of them. Saptarshi Mandala, they bow down. They do pranama to Arundhati and Vasishtha, particularly to Arundhati Mata. So Vathu should always accompany her husband in doing all these pranamas also. So to, just as Arundhati Mata accompanied her husband, Vathu must always accompany, be at the side of her husband. So to grasp this message, they asked the couple to see Arundhati Nakshatra. Thus our Vaidika marriage sacrament is endowed with such several deep inner meanings and secrets. Achatmika rahasyas, Vaijnanika rahasyas are there. So with such good samskaras and mantras, they purify the Vara and Vathu, that is all of us. In the marriage, they purify with such powerful mantras, both Vara and Vathu, but mostly the Vathu, they purify because it is she who has to keep up the prestige of the and honor of the dynasty and happiness of the family by getting children, and also she should keep up the happiness of all family members, considering them as her family members, and she must keep up the prestige of the family. So many items of social security and well-being of mankind are interlinked and hidden in all the samskaras given to us by our Maharshis. There are so many scientific, spiritual, health related and social related inner meanings among several events of the marriage. So before marriage only, the youth should know what marriage means, what sort of bondage is this, what promises both of them are doing, then how to lead their life after the marriage. All this should be made clear. So the most important event among Vivaha is to keep the Jira Jagari paste mutually, Vara and Vathu, on the heads of them. Vara keeps to Vathu, Vathu keeps to Vara on the Brahmarantra place, exactly on that Suphamuhurta Samaya. The priest makes both of them to keep the Jira Jagari paste on their heads mutually. At that time, at least for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, the bride and bridegroom should see into the eyes of each other. So he must see into her eyes, she must see into his eyes only continuously, without moving the eyes hither, thither for either photos or friends or anything. When this Jira Jagari paste is kept on the Brahmarantra Sthana of Vara and Vathu, the magnetic power flows from the eyes into other eyes, whomever they see. So the feeling of a sort of love and attraction arises in both of them. Whomever they see, the feeling of attraction arises. So which develops later on and becomes so strong that they become one physically, mentally and spiritually also, and become inseparable Just as once when the jaggery and jeera, when jeera is made into powder and mixed with jaggery, and both together are once again grinded, and when they became as a paste, one can never separate the jaggery from jeera again. So this mixture got the magnetic power by keeping this paste on the Sahasrara chakra. That Sahasrara chakra, the petals of that Sahasrara chakra gets opened, and by the touch, the sparsha of the hand of both of them mutually, they get attraction and love mutually, which enters into their bodies through the Sahasrara chakra. And this Jeera Jaggery paste creates a sort of attraction, and both of them get involved in a sort of bondage. And that magnetic power enters through that Brahma Ranthra, it enters into their body, and both of them develop love mutually. So all this process takes place even without their knowledge, without the knowledge of anyone. So that love which originated in their hearts and transmits through the eyes, they become one, and that bond of love and responsibility continues till the end of their lives. This is the most scientific secret behind our marriage ceremony, keeping the Jeera Jaggery paste. We consider that the marriage is completed. In fact, by keeping this Jeera Jaggery paste, we feel the marriage is successfully completed. Yet, they make the Vara tie the Mangala Sutra on the neck of Vadhu. So, which is also having great significance, because the Navatantus, the threads with which that Mangala auspicious Sutra thread is made, gods exist in them. So, all those Mangala Gauri Devis, they bless this Vadhu to live long happily with her husband. So, Navadurgas exist in the 9 threads of that Mangala Sutra thread. Sutra itself means thread. So, they reside in those threads, and Mangalya, they give Mangalya to that girl who wears that Mangala Sutra. So, by giving longevity and protection to both of them, so the Vara ties Mangala Sutra on the neck of Vathu and puts 3 knots. These 3 knots are considered as Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, Devataha. The Mangala Sutra got 9 threads, we said, Navatantu, we say, Tomidi Pogulu, we say in our Telugu. 9 deities reside in those threads and protect Vara and Vathu as long as it stays over her neck. Later, both Vara and Vathu pour talambralu over their heads. Even though that is considered as a sort of entertainment, Veduka, we say, yet there is Adhyatmikata even behind this. They desire the desire for happy life here in this that pouring the talambralu also. By talambralu, they got the blessings of all the gods of Chandradeva first, then Mangala Gauri Devi and all other deities. For the first time when they are pouring talambralu, both of them, Vara says to Vathu, Prajame Kamaha Samruchyatam. I wish good children for us. Second time when he is pouring, both of them are pouring talambralu, then he says, Pashavo me Kamaha Samruchyatam. Our cattle should grow properly and we must possess prosperity. Third time, while both of them are pouring, he says, he wishes, Yajna me Kamaha Samruchyatam. The yajnas I perform should become successful, and I must do yajnas increasingly, and you should cooperate with me in doing all yajna kratus. Later on, both of them, they pour these talambralu happily enjoying with a sort of enjoyment mood. For the first, second, and third time, the priest actually there is a process taking the milk and touching the palm. That priest pours the talambralu in the hands of both of them, and at a time both of them should pour over their heads. So later, after third time, they can pour as they like. And all relatives, friends, they enjoy this talambrala veduka. In our sampradaya, marriage is called as pani grahanam. To hold the hand of the vatu is considered as marriage. So that is why in our tradition, women never touch the hands of parapurusha. One should never touch. Even if anyone come to the house also, we used to give even water, not to the hand. We just keep it on the table or on the ground also. Then they keep that glass and take the water. One should never, the girls should never give to the hand of Parapurusha anything. So in the at that time, actually, during this marriage occasion, Vara takes the hand of Vatu and takes her to the Vedic altar, brings her to the Vedic altar. Athaina muktaraya dakshine haste grukitva agnimapya aniya, like that the mantra proceeds. There they do prathana homa, which is very important homa to be performed at the time of marriage. Thus the household that is the after entering into grihasthasrama, they have to do yajnas. So for that, he takes her right hand into his right hand and brings her. That is called as pani grahana. After this pani grahana, he brings her, both of them together, they do that yajna prakriya, homa. Janaka Maharaja, at the time of offering Sita's hand to Sri Ramachandra, he said like this: Iyam Sita mama suta chayevanugata tava priticha chainam bhadram te panim grupnishva panina. So by this we know that pani grahana is itself marriage. Panim grupnishva panina. O Rama, you take my daughter Sita's hand into your hand. That is marriage. So the priests of both Vara and Vatu, they recite the pravara of their gotras. At the time of Kanyadana, bride's father washes the feet of Vara, considering him to be the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Lakshmi Narayana Swarupa Varaya, they say. And as Sri Lakshmi Narayana Swarupa Varaya, idam asanam, idam arkyam, idam padyam, like that Shodasopachara puja Vithana is there. In the same manner, he also does and then washes completely both the feet of Vara and sprinkles that water over his head, his wife's head and all. Namo Swanantaya Sahasramurtaye Sahasra Padakshi Sirorubhagave Sahasra Namne Purushaya Shaswate Sahasra Koti Yugatharine Namaka. So while offering ahutis into yajna, we say Agnaye idam namama, Indraya idam namama, like that we say. But while doing this Kanyadana, the Kanya Data, the father of that girl, he also says this, but he should not say the words Namama. He says only, I am handing over my daughter's hand to you, to Vara, because he must do religious righteous works with the cooperation of her. So for the sake of that, I am handing over my daughter. But she is my daughter and she will be my daughter forever. So he should not say Namama. So even after the marriage, she is her their daughter only, and they are her parents only. So at the time of Kanyadana, they say such mantras. The priest recites the mantras, and father, the mother and father of the Vatu, they repeat these mantras. Kanyam Kanaka Sampannam Kanakabharanair Dasyami Vishnave Tupyam Brahmaloka Jigishaya Kanye Mamagrato Bhuya Kanye Me Devi Parshvayog Kanya Me Sarvato Bhuyaka Kanye Me Sarvato Bhuyaka Tvardanan Moksham Vishwambhara Sarvaputa Sakshinyaha Sarvadevataha Imam Kanyam Pradasyami Pitrunam Taranaya Vai Kanyam Salankritam Satvim Sushilaya Sudhimate Prayatoham Prayachami Dharma Kamartha Siddhaye. By doing this Kanyadana, the Kanya Data, both of them, they get moksha. They want to do Kanyadana with the desire of acquiring Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka Jigisha. Jigisha is desire. With that desire. Also they say Dasa Purvesham, Dasa Aparesham. 10 generations before and 10 generations later, including their generation, 21 generations people would get salvation, mukti, by doing this Kanyadana. That is the greatness of Kanyadana. So after the marriage is celebrated, the priest ties the uttariya of Vara and the pallu of the sari of this girl, Vathu, together with a knot. That is called as Brahma Mudi. So the most, actually this knot, the knot of Brahma Deva, we say Brahma Mudi means. So tato Vathuvara Cherancalayohu Suvarna Phala Sahitam Uttarena Anuvakena Brahma Granthim Grathnati Yoga Kshemasya Kliptiyai. So for the safety of Vara and Vathu, to make them Mithuna Dampati, to make them Santanavantas, that is later they must get children. So for bringing Patnitva with the wish that both should together perform the Yajna Yagadi Kratus and offer Ahutis and please the gods. So thus with so many Supakamanas, auspicious desires, the priest tells all the mantras. Whenever whoever are needed, they repeat and recite the mantras accordingly. So the priest says, Yo Vaitam Brahmano Veda Amrutena Amrutam Purim Tasmai Brahmacha Brahmacha Ayu Kirtim Prajam Daduhu Brahma Granthi Muhurta Sumuhurtostu. So with this mantra, the priest puts the knot Brahma Mudi. That knot remains till she enters into mother-in-law's house. Now, another important event in the marriage is Lajala Homa. While reciting the mantras, Vathu is asked to press the Sannikallu Rai, a sort of very auspicious stone known as Sannikallu stone. She must press that, keeping her feet over that. Then they say this mantra, Atishtenam Ashmanam Ashmeva Tvam Stira Phava Apitishta Prutanyata Sahasva Prutanayataha. So Vara and Vathu take a decision that they also will be as strong as that of this Sannikallu stone. It is a stone which is very hard and firm. They must be like that. So whatever incident occur in life after marriage, both of them should stand firmly. So in Lajala Homa, bride's brother also participates and Vara gives him, honors him with Chandana, Gantha, Tambula, Kunkuma and all, and with new clothes, and honors Vara, keeps this Pelalu, Lajalu, we say, the fried dhanya. So that Pelalu in the hands of his wife, this Vara keeps, and this Vathu keeping the Lajalu in her hand, she must go round the fire, Pradakshina, do the Pradakshina, and then she offers them into the fire god, Agnihotra, in the Vedic altar. Wishing the long life of her husband, she pours them. Wife and husband both perform this Lajala Homa, pray Aryama, Surya Bhagavan through Agni Deva. both Vathu-varas take hands full of water and offer arghyas to Sapta Rishis along with their wives, to all the Saptarshi Mandalas, then specially to Arundhati Mata and Vasishta with mantras. Kashyapotri Bharadwajo Vishwamitrodha Gautamaha Vasishto Jamadagnischa Saptaite Rushayas Tatha Patni Sahita Sapta Rushibhyo Namaha Idamarkhyam Samarpayami. Arundhati Mahadevi Vasishta Priyapamini Dampatyoh Rakshanarthaya Idamarkhyam Dadamyaham. Arundhati Devyai Namaha Idamarkhyam Samarpayami. Stalipaka is another important event in the marriage. So in Stalipaka, Stali Pakva as we say, the Vathu cooks the rice for the first time after her marriage, and both wife and husband together, they perform homa and offer this cooked rice mixing with cow ghee. They offer that into the fire. They offer to fire god, and through fire god to Devendra, etc., Dikpalakas and all other Trimurtis and all other gods. So this makes it clear that the Vathu, as soon as the marriage is celebrated, she started to cooperate her husband in doing Daiva Karyas and Yajna Yagadi Kratus. Mostly people think that Stalipaka is the Vathu is cooking for the last time in her mother's place. No, it's not that. So that wrong notion has come into the minds of people. So this is the first time she is cooking to give cooperation to her husband to do Yajna Kriya. Now another important event is Nagavalli. In this Nagavalli, Vara puts Mattelu, we say, a sort of silver rings to both the second fingers of both the feet of his wife. Then also he puts black beads chain over her neck. So those black beads should be put into the thread by unmarried girls, Kanya, we say. The silver rings of feet stimulate the nerves that exist there on the feet, by which her uterus would be protected, and her mind also gets peace and becomes cool and pleasant, and she could control her feelings, and she gets dignified behavior by that. So by wearing the chain of black beads over the neck, she will be protected from drishti dosha, evil sight, nara drishti, we say. Black beads remove the defects of serpents, even sarpadosha, even shani dosha would be cleared. So black color is the favorite color of Shanaishchara. So by wearing them, she will not have any doshas. If any doshas are there, the defects would be removed and she would be protected. So in the marriage celebration, they make the Vara and Vathu play a sort of spectacle or show called as Parvati Parameswara Sallapa, we say, or Pradhana Anguliyaka Veduka in our Telugu. The priest tells this Vara and Vathu that he would drop a gold ring into a container full of water, binde as we say. So both of them should put their right hands into that pot or that silver container or any container, and they must try to bring out that gold ring. So whoever brings that gold ring out more times, their words would be followed by other life partner. So for taking that ring, both of them, the Vara and Vathu, they put their hands there. So in search of that ring, both the fingers of the hands would be touching, so that the sparsha of wife to husband and husband's touch to wife, that creates a sort of intimacy and happiness, mental happiness in them, and the fear which is there naturally in the bride, that would decrease a little. So in the Vivaha Mahotsava, sprinkling of Vasanta, Vasantam Challatam, as we say. So handing over of Vathu to Vara and his family members. Prior to that, Vara and Vathu give Dampati Tambulas and Bomma Appagintalu, we say. The toy would be handed over to the elder sister of Vara. So Appagintalu, we say this is handing over. So all these are celebrated like a very good festival. All these can be explained in a detailed manner, but I'm cutting short. So because all of us are aware of all these Vedukas, the most important events of Vivaha Kratu are Snatakotsava for Vara, then Mangala Gauri Puja to Vathu. The male married people celebrate Snataka and then marriage takes place. In Snatakotsava, the Vara takes permission from his parents to go to Kasi and study further. He says, Aham Kasim Gamishyami. Then the bride's brother comes there and requests that he should marry his sister and become a Gruhastha. Then along with her, he can go to Kasi. Then Brahmachari accepts that. The Vathu will be given Gauri mantra by the priest without any Bijaksharas. Simple with Omkara he gives. Then it becomes mantra. She worships Mangala Gauri Devi while chanting that mantra and worshipping with Kunkuma. She prays for the longevity of her husband. It depends upon, actually the long life of her husband depends upon the Shraddha, Bhakti, Nishtha and the long time she performs this Gauri Puja and Gauri Mantra Japa. At that time only friends, relatives, everyone come and disturb people, photographers come to take the photos. No, only they can take silently, do their work without disturbing her. She must concentrate on the mantra and do Kunkuma Puja to Mangala Gauri Devi. That would be a great blessing to her and her life. As the last event of this marriage, the bride will be handed over to her husband and mother-in-law, father-in-law, and all near family members, brothers, sisters, and all. With the mantra, Astavarsha Bhavet Kanya Putravat Palitamaya Idanim Tava Dasyami Dattam Snehena Palaya. The mother of Vathu keeps rice, green gram, and then a root called as Kanda Pilaka. We say Kanda, a sort of root only which grows in the ground. She keeps all these things in the upper garment of Vadhu and then ties that, puts a knot, and that would be tied to the waist of that Vadhu. So while sending her to her in-laws' house, then rice is for the peace of mind. Chandra, Manakaraka Chandra likes this dhanya. Then green grams for coolness and mental peace. This Kanda Pilaka, we say that vegetable that indicates that her dynasty should develop well, just as suppose this one Kanda Pilaka is put in the ground, it itself gives birth to so many innumerable such sprouts. So thus her dynasty also must grow. With that intention they do. So behind all these events of Vivaha Samskara, there are several scientific reasons and well-being of all humanity. So Vivaha is also a good kratu, a yajna, a very pious activity. In fact, all people are aware of the process of marriage and all the events, so we need not have to explain them. But the antararthas, the inner meanings of all the events, it is very essential to know, and also the meanings of all the mantras they are reciting, the priest is reciting, that should be known by everyone. There are still more mantras and processes also, yet as far as possible with this time given slot to me, I try to explain. So I will now just mention what all events are there in the marriage sequence, sequence wise, one after another, how we must do. Then I will give a gist, a list of actually I will give it here. Then actually it is said, Kanya varayate rupam mata vittam pita shrutam bantavaha kulamichanti mrishtannamitare janaka. That is Kanya, the bride would always thinks that the Vara must be very handsome, her husband. Her mother thinks that the bridegroom and their family, they must be very rich so that her daughter would not suffer there. Then all the father wishes that the bridegroom must be educated, cultured, having noble thoughts, so that he can take care of her happily. Then all the relatives, they are interested only in a good bhojana, feast, muristanam. So now the events of marriage in sequence are one by one. I will tell first one point, the sankalpa to do the marriage of girl and boy. Both of them, the parents must take sankalpa. Then second point is Kanya Varana, searching for a bride. Third point, keeping sumuhurtas for Nishchaya Tambula and Vivaka, and to get the Lagna Patrika written by Daivajna when once the marriage is fixed. That is, both of them accepted. Now, fourth is both the parties to sit together in the presence of some middle Machavarti, as we say, some other people, and discuss about the procedure of marriage. Now, five, after the marriage is fixed, while whitewashing we do to the house and decorate the house with muggulu, we say, especially with the paint, with new curtains and decorations. Now, six, to take Nishchaya Tambulas. Seven, to worship Vinayaka Puja. Then to tie Mudupu, as we say, Mudupu Kattuta, we say. In our Telugu, we must keep something and pray Vinayaka that without any hurdles, the marriage should take place. And after marriage celebration, on the 16th day, as we do Veduka, at that time that knot should be removed and the rice put in there should be used to prepare some Naivedya, Prasada, and that should be offered to God as Naivedya. That should be taken as Prasada. Now, eighth, to start the works of marriage, to bring turmeric and kunkuma to the house first. This is the first work to be done. Then printing of wedding cards. Then the works to be done immediately are inviting gods to come to the marriage, giving them the wedding card, keeping either in the puja gruha to our gods or going to a temple or somewhere, and the priest would, the Brahmin, the Archaka Swami there would give it to the god and return it back as prasada. To start inviting the relatives and friends, first to an elderly dampatis, this card should be given, taking their blessings. Then they must start distributing to and inviting all friends, relatives. Then 12, to do Mangala Snanas and to make the girl and boy ready for marriage, to do Pelikoduku, Pelikuturu, as we say. And Pasupu Danchuta, to grind the turmeric roots, we say. Then 13th point, on the marriage day, to do Mangala Snana and to do as bride and bridegroom, Peliguturu, Peligoduku, to prepare them. 14, to arrange for Vididi, that is for bridegroom's party to stay someplace. Then 15th is Yedurkolu, we say, inviting the bridegroom's relatives and all, parents and all. 16, arranging breakfast. 17, the priest should start the events with Vinayaka Puja by both the parties, Vara and Vathu. Then 18, Raksha Bandhana. 19, Nandi Devata Puja, Pitru Devata Puja. 20, Samavartana or Snatakotsava to the bridegroom. 21, Kasi Yatra. 22, Kanya Varana. 23, Sadasya Vara Puja, to read the Lagna Patrika and inviting for marriage mutually. Both the parties do it. Then Panaka Bindelu also, we say at that time, what jagari mixed in the water with ilachi and all, that should be given to all people. 24, priest makes the parents of both the parties to do Ganapati Puja again. 25 is Gauri Mantra given to Vathu and make her to do Gauri Puja. Now 26, Gotra Pravara Patana of both the parties. 27, Uttara Janchas or Patuvu, as we say. Without stones, a gold ring should be given to the Vara by Vathu's parents. Then Uttara Janchalu and Patuvu. Uttara Janchalu means silver. With silver, they prepare the Yagnopavita. That should be put over them by Vathu's mother and father. Then 28, Vara Puja. 29, Madhuparka. 30, Kanyadana. 31, Lagnastaka Patana. Terasella, we say, a sort of Addutera, as we say. Then 32, Sumuhurta, Churnika. 33, Vathuvara Samikshanam. Mutually, they must see into their eyes. 34, Yugachidraphishekam. It should come actually before. Then 35, Madhuparka Vastras and coming with Jyotis. Even this comes prayer only. Then 26 is Mangala Sutra Dharana. 37, Yoktru Bandhana. Even this comes even before this Sumuhurta, Churnika and all. Then 38, Akshataropana, Talambralu, as we say, Veduka. 39, Pushpamala Dharana. Then flower garland, both of them put together and separately the girl to Vathu to Vara, Vara to Vathu. Then Karpura, Chandana, etc. garlands also would be given to them to put over the necks. Then 40 is Brahmamudi. 41, Raksha Bandhana. 42, Pani Grahanam. 43, Prathana Homas. 44, Saptapadi. 45, Sannikallu Rai, the stone. Then Lajala Homa. Then 46, Nagavalli. 47, Dhruva Nakshatra Darsana. 48, Arundhati Nakshatra Darsana. 49, Arkhya Pradana. 50, Sali Paka. 51, Sadasyam Veda Patanam. The Ghanapathis, they do Veda Parayana and bless the couple and relatives, and both the Vara Vathu, their parents, all of them must do Pada Namaskaras to all the Brahmins, the priest there, giving them Puri Dakshinas along with Vastra, Tambula, fruits, flowers and everything, and get their blessings. That is very auspicious blessings they would give. Veda Patanam. So 51 is Sadasyam Veda Patanam Mahadasir Vachanam would be given by the Brahmins to them. 52 Sesha Homa. 53 Palahara Pallalu, as we say, the plates of sweets, hot and all. 54 Alakapanpu. 55 Nakabali, Kotnalu, as we say. 56 Pelli Pojanalu, we say, the marriage feast. Then 57 Bujam Bantulu, we say in Telugu, playing with a flower ball, both of them. Then 58 Parvati Parameswara Sallapa. 59 Bomma Pagintalu, the doll handing over the doll. 60 Dampati Tambula. 61 actual Apagintalu, that is handing over this Vathu to Vara and his parents and all. 62 is Nadikattu, that Kandapilaka we said with the Chalumidi, they keep all this and then give to, that would be tied to her. Then 63 is actually the Chalumidi giving is also important. Now 63 is Sare Pradana. Then Drishti Dosha Parihara Kriya, that is to remove a sort of Drishti Tiyadam, we say in Telugu. So to avoid the Drishti Dosha, certain process is there. So after giving the Sare to her and her in-laws, then they do this Drishti Dosha Parihara. Then 64, bride entering into Varas Vididi Gruha. Then 65 is Gruha Pravesha, along with her husband to enter into the house, actual house of Vara. Then 66 is the next day morning Satyanarayana Vrata Charana by bride and bridegroom at bridegroom's house. Then 67 is Bhojanalu, feast. Then 68, Moodu Ratrulu, we say 3 days sleep at the house of Vara, the bridegroom stays there. Then 69th, 3 days sleep at bride's house, the Vara comes. Then 70th point is Garbhadhana Samskara. At that night, during that 4th day night, we can do at the girl's parents' house only. 71 to give Vodibiyam, as we say, and to send Vathu to her in-laws' house. Kaprani Pampichadam, we say, actually to sending her to live, to stay with husband and in-laws. Now 72 is 16 days festival, Padahar Rojula Panduga, we say. 73 is Vathu and Vara start to lead a very happy married life, along with Vara's parents at their residence. Here ends the marriage samskara and Grihasthasrama Dharma Palana starts now. By just listening to all these 73 events, all of us can guess and know what is to be taught in connection with all these points, because we are aware of marriages and saw several marriages. The inner meanings and essence of all the events and mantras of the marriage are explained as far as time permitted. So I think, okay, we can stop here this Vivaha Samskara. Now 16th point is, out of Shodasa Samskaras, the 16th Samskara is Anchesti Samskara. The last rites and last Samskara out of all Shodas Samskaras. Antya means at the end, last. Ishti means yaga or kratu. Anchesti Samskara is the last rites performed by the elder son along with all his brothers, and also along with his wife and wives of other brothers. So along, that is the elder son, his wife, along with his younger brothers and their wives, to either their mother or father, whoever depart and leave and go away. So this is the last rites done to Jiva on this earth. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuh, dhruvan janma mritasya cha. So one who is born has to die, and those who die would definitely take birth again as per our Punarjanma Siddhanta, till the Jiva becomes liberated, gets moksha. So every person or every living being has to take birth according to their own karma phala. What all deeds we do, according to the fruit of those works only we take birth. Keeping only a little amount of the sanchita karma, we take birth. From that, so for whom this Anchesti Samskara would be done properly according to Shastra, their dynasty grows well. Good auspiciousness occurs to their santana, their children. And this Jiva also, to whom the son did this samskara, Jiva also goes to the higher residence as per his karma phalas only. But when these last rites are performed correctly, without any hindrance, the Jiva can go through that path. So for whom this Anchesti Samskara is not done properly as per Shastra, for them it becomes very difficult to go to Uttama Lokas. The 60,000 sons of Sagara Chakravarti could not go to Uttama Lokas, as they were burnt to ashes by the anger of Kapila Maharshi. And later, when Bhagiratha brought heavenly Ganges to the earth, and that Ganga Jala flew over the ashes, all these 60,000 ashes, they could then go to heaven. So it is the duty of the son to perform the last rites and Aurthvadaihika karmas, as we say, the last rites when the people leave the body and go away. To do Srartha karma later. So when mother or father leaves the body, then immediately the elder son and all sons, they must do these Aurthvadaihika karmas for 10 days continuously. Then on 11th day, 12th day, 30, also 10th, 11th and 13th would be separately so much process of performance of these prakriya is there. Then on the 13th day, again Udaka Shanti, they say they have to do. Then Swaste Punyaha Vachana. Then they must purify the house completely, and then again they have to prepare Paramanam, as we say, the sweet, and then offer to Ganapati and all other Kuladevatas, Ishtadevatas. Then onwards they can lead normal married life. So to do this Pinda Pradhana at Gaya, after doing these rites normally, Aurthvadaihika karmas and going on doing all the Srartha karmas on every year on the same tithi when that the soul departed. Later, when occasion comes, mother and father, both of them must leave the body and go away, leaving this earth. Then the elder son, all the sons, along with their wives, they can go to Gaya and do Pinda Pradhana, and they can go to Badarinath, and at Brahma Kapala, they must keep near the banks of Alakananda Nadi. They can do this Srartha karma, the priest would make them. So more important than all these karmas and all doing these last rites, it is very important to the children born to the parents is to listen to the words of parents, to do whatever mother or father ask them, whatever the parents ask them, the children must obey and do. And they must do such works by doing which the mother and father become happy. So that is most important. And later, as long as parents are living, the children, they must feel that the house is of mother and father only, and they are as they lived when they were young. Similarly, even after marriage, even though they get children, they must honor mother and father as the elder persons of the house and give respect to their words, and then obey their words and do all other works, because whatever the mother says or father says, it would be only for the welfare of their children, grandchildren only. So after that only, actually we say putra. Putra means put nama narakat trayata iti putraka, we say, because he is taking care of protecting the parents, warding off by preventing them not to enter into a sort of naraka by name Put. So because Putra does all the last rites correctly, the parents need not have to enter into that naraka. So he is called as Putra, one who performs all the last rites perfectly. And prior to that is Jivato Vakya Karanat, listening to the words of parents while they are alive. So Jivato Vakya Karanat, Pratyabdihi Puri Bhojanat, Gayayam Pindadanena, Tribhihi Putrasya Putrata. By doing all these three works, the son is called as a son. Putraha Putratvam Apnoti. So the seed sprouts, becomes a plant, then it grows like a tree, then branches would come to it, it becomes a very big tree, and for so many years it stands still, it gives lots of fruits, flowers, leaves and everything. Then it gives shadow to others also, and in due course of time slowly the leaves wither away, the leaves would fall away, and automatically, slowly, the branches, stems, they also become weak, and on one day, the tree would fall down. This is normal in all the cases of all living beings, all human beings. We say Shadbhava Vikaras are there to all living beings. Asti Jayate Varthate Viparinamate Apakshiyate Vinasyati. It is there, the Jiva is there. Asti, then Jayate, it took birth. The baby is born. Vardhate, it is growing happily. Then Viparinamate, it changes. The baby becomes a girl or boy, then youth, teenage, youth, then middle age, then Vardhakya. Later, Viparinamate means changes. Then Apakshiyate, slowly it starts decaying, getting destroyed. The body starts to become weak. The capacity, the strength would not be there. All sense organs would become weak. All the limbs of the body become weak. So slowly it is apakshiya, kshiya, kshaya, destruction, destroying. Finally, vinashyati. One day, the jiva leaves the body and goes away. That is called as the death to that jiva, that body, but not to jiva. The jiva atma would still continue, take another, just as Jirna, in our Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Jirnani vastrani yatha vikhaya navani grupnati naroparani. Just as the old cloths are removed and new cloths we wear, similarly, the jiva, when the body becomes unfit, it is the upati. Leaving that body, takes another new good body to utilize that to get liberated. Final aim is moksha. So it is inevitable. So we must know. We should try to live full span of life happily as given in the Vedas. Vedokta Ayurdaya is 120 years. So completely Jivema Sarada Setam, Pasyama Sarada Setam, we said, at least for 100 years with full power of all sense organs and body parts, we must live as young. Then later, last 20 years, slowly the body may wither and leave the body and go away. So without any interest on the fruits of the works we are doing, we must do the works. Then offer the fruits of the works to Paramatma. Then we should always be ever ready. Whenever the death is going to befall on us, we must be ready to leave and go away. Because what all works we must do as per the command of Paramatma to do, perform, which God has sent us. We did, of course, till that time. So we must always be get ready after fulfilling the duties, normal duties as we feel. Actually, Ravindranath said, when death comes and knocks at my door, I will set my guest with the vessel full of my life. Whenever death comes, we must be ready. Nityam sannihito mrityuhu. Kartavyo dharma sangrahaka. So always the death is at the back of us only. We do not know how much span of life we got. The Mrityu Devata is always standing behind us. So at any moment it may grasp us. It may overpower us. Then we must be ready to leave the body happily, without repentance, without the feeling that I could not do this work, that work and all. Sometimes for certain people, Akala Marana comes. The parents, those who could not even celebrate either Upanayanas or marriages, when children's education is not over, if at that time they leave, that would be very pathetic. So that Akala Marana should not come. If people are very dharmika, we will never get the Akala Marana. So having the whole life spending with Satyanishta and Dharmanishta and Dharmacharana, we must do our Kartavya karmas, worshipping Agnihotra and doing all the Sancha Vandana, etc., Nitya Naimitika karmas. In Isavasya Upanishad, a sadhaka, he worshipped sun god and fire god and led the life as per Shastra throughout the life. Then he is on the deathbed, and the last moment, the last time is coming to them. He knew that he is about to leave the body and go away. He is unable to move. He could not even fold the hands and do a pranama also, but his mind is working. So he prayed God, fire god and sun god, Krutam smara, Krato smara. Oh God, you know everything, what all I did. Please remember my deeds. Please lead me to Uttama Lokas when I leave this body in a good path, by a good way. So Uttara Margas are there, Dhuma Marga is there, so many Margas. The paths are described in our Puranas and Shastras. People say the greatest fear in this world is only Mrityu Bhaya, which is inevitable. When it is inevitable, why should we worry for that? So for dharmika persons, there is no death at all. In fact, the death is only to the upadhi and not to the soul. Ado nitya shasvatoyam purano na kanyate hanyamane serire. Even though the body is burnt, the atma is not getting burnt. Shiryata iti shariraka, dakhyata iti deham we say. So it is natural occurrence. We should not feel worry for this, but we have to lead our life as per Shastra. In the olden days, they used to leave the body not with any diseases, but with yoga marga. Yogenante tanu tejam. They used to leave their body by yoga marga through Sahasrara chakra, breaking that open, the soul used to go. Thus, when one leaves the body, how to purify that body and the jiva that existed in that body, it is all very well explained in all Guruhya Sutra granthas and also in the all dharmika dharma shastra granthas, and it is also very well explained in Mahagaruda Purana and also in Garpopanishad. All these details are given there. Who and what sort of apara karmas have to be done, what sort of lokas are there, in which path this sort of, what sort of jiva travels are being carried away by the divine people. People come there and they take him. If he is if they are virtuous, they honor them, keeping them in the chariots they take. If the jiva is they performed only wrong deeds, and if he is cruel, they will drag him on the rocks and take him. So like that. So as per the karmas, and also it depends upon the bhavana that comes and the words he utters at the last moment, at the time of leaving the body. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavan tyajan tyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitaka. So with whatever feeling the jiva leaves the body, the next birth would come depending upon this, that we already knew. So Mata Purva Rupam, Pita Uttara Rupam, Praja Santhanam, Praja Santhihi, Prajananagum Santhanam iti Athi Prajam. They said it is in Taittiriya Upanishad. So it is the duty of the son to see that his mother or father, whoever departed, they should reach the heavenly abode carefully, without any obstructions or some difficulties in the path. So on the name of the mother and father departed people, the son must give danas, Shodasa danas, Dasa danas, Dvadasa danas, as per that. Then when this Autvadahika karma is over, then every year on the same tithi, Samvatsarika must be done after 1 year. Yes, I know. So for every year, Srartha karmas are to be explained. So many varieties of Naraka Bathas are there. They are all explained in Garuda Purana, and even the divine lokas, Divya lokas also are explained. and all the gatis and karmas of jivas are explained. Many vows, vratas are given, following which one can go to heavenly abode when they leave the body. So when children sense that their mother or father is about to die, what sort of vratas, dana should be done, ahutis to be offered, all are explained in the Garuda Purana, and then in Shastras also. So when the Jiva leaves, that Antima Yatra starts in front of all the relatives and friends. All are aware of what is to be done on all these days. So I'm not going to explain anything. So how many days that Ashaucha, Sutaka, as we say, lies to whomever, blood relatives. For sons, it would be for 11 days. So, how to give good food on the 12th day to all the Vaikuntha Samarathana, like that they say, and invite everybody and give a very good food to them. They give puri dakshinas to the Brahmins. Then Brahmana Ashirvachana is very important. Then on 13th day, Udaka Shanti. All are explained in all the Shastras and Guruhya Shastra, Dharma Shastra, Granthas, which we must follow. So in Garuda Mahapurana, it's given in a very detailed manner. We can know what all points we want to know in connection with this last rites. And also Garuda Mahapurana speaks about the Mahima, greatness of Sriman Narayana, and the methods to do certain vratas and pujas by which we can reach heavenly abode of Sriman Narayana, Vaikuntha. We need not have to step into Naraka at all. So we all should lead auspicious, righteous life, following all the Shodasa Samskaras, and reach Godhood. And we must attain the final aim of our life, that is getting liberation, to come out permanently from the chains of birth and death. But till the jiva gets moksha, the jiva has to take birth again and again. So after this Antyeshti Samskara, again Garbhadhana Samskara, the Vivaha takes place. Again the child takes birth, Garbhadhana Samskara would be performed, and the jiva would be taking birth. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena makim makisaka go brahmanebhya suphamastu nityam loka samastaka sukhino bhavantu swasti supham.
ధన్యవాదాలు విశాలక్షి గారు. Thank you very much. You have taken all of us to that 16 Shod Samskaras, and today the Vivaha was a real feat that you have enlisted all the 79 or number, I don't remember the number correctly, but that list is a very exhaustive one, which gives a good information for all of us to follow. Now I have a few questions in the chat box. I'll read them out. Just a minute. Is there any truth to the notion that the purpose of putting the Jira Jagari on each other is intended to close the Sahasra Chakra as a commitment to married life and not pursue Vairagya? That's the first part. The second part is another reason for the Arundhati Nakshatra Darshanam intended to share with the wife the idea of Arundhati Nyaya? These are the two questions. After that, I'll read. Next.
Arundhati Nyaya is some Nyaya showing Arundhati Nakshatra is to indicate that actually Arundhati Mata never got separated from her husband. So just as that Arundhati Vasishta, we also must be together forever. That is the intention of showing. Arundhati Nyaya means actually Arundhati star is of very, very smallest size. So normally it could not be seen at all. So to make this people, bride or bridegroom or anybody, get the awareness, they must be able to see the Arundhati Nakshatra. So directly they cannot see. So what the priest says is, see, there are Saptarshi Mandala that we can see easily. Then there in that Saptarshi Mandala, 4 stars are like the square shape. Then 3 more are there. Then we can see them and notice them. Then he says in the middle star, that middle star is Vasishta Nakshatra. He is Vasishta Maharshi. Now you concentrate and see, there is a very small star which is shining near that star. That small shining star is Arundhati Mata. Then we would be able to concentrate and see that. That is called as Arundhati Nyaya. Okay, now the second one I explained. The first one is Jeera Jagari paste. What is the question? Keeping Jeera Jagari paste is actually, I already explained the importance. Now what will you kindly?
Yeah. The question is it to close the Sahasrara Chakra as a commitment to married life?
No, not. It is for opening. It is not for closing the petals of Sahasrara Chakra. It is for opening only. Why? Because when the Sahasrara Chakra open means it would not get opened, but it gets the instigation to get opened when the sadhaka tries to awake his Kundalini Shakti, the divine energy that is in us, the sadhaka, that is this both wife Varavatu, even though now they got married, of course, but they are jivas. The final aim is to get Godhood, reach Godhood. So for that, the Kundalini Shakti should get awakened. So when that all the chakras get ready to get opened, when the sadhana is being done, then the purpose would be served. Some people think that it is to get closed. It is always closed only. It is not opened. Not to what that person who asked this question might have thought that because if it is opened, if it is opened, people may develop detachment and they would not lead happy married life. It may become a sort of hindrance. No, not that. So it is, they keep Jeera Jagari paste to not to open the petals. That is wrong idea, wrong notion. It is never given anywhere. Jeera Jagari paste got the magnetic power, electrical power, which tries to enter through Sahasrara Chakra is already there, existing, though it is not break opened. So it is there and the power enters through that into our body. Even when we bow down to the feet of parents, gurus or elders, they bless us. This I already explained. Then through the chakras of the hand, through the chakra kept on the Sahasrara, the blessing will enter into the whole body. So the Sahasrara chakra is there that gets the power to get bloomed by keeping this Jeera Jagari paste, so that in future, if they become good Achatmika Sadhakas, then they can do sadhana by which the Kundalini Shakti starting from Mooladhara can crawl and reach that place. So it is for opening, not for closing.
Okay. Thank you. Narasimhamurthy garu, you can ask your question.
Amma, I have a couple of questions. What is the example of Samana Pravara?
Samana Pravara.
Samana Pravara.
What is the example?
I mean, I need one udaharana.
You can see the Gotras, Pravaras are given in the book. So many books are there. Then Brahmins and all other caste people also, Gotras and Pravaras are given. If the same Rishis are there, then Sagotra it becomes. So you can read the books.
So basically, Sagotra and Samana Pravara are similar. Sagotra and Samana Pravara both are similar.
not similar exactly. A little difference is there in Pravara, of course, but Sagotra, Sapravara, Sapinda people should not be chosen for a marriage alliance.
Oh, and what is Sarpinda?
Sapinda,
Sarpinda.
you can refer to the Dharmasastra Granthas only. Sapinda is
Okay.
also equal to that of Sagotra, Sapravara only. That Pinda
Oh,
means actually that which is being offered to the departed people.
okay.
Exactly, even I must see the Shastra
Okay.
Grantha to differentiate the difference
Okay.
between Sapinda, Sagotra, or we can ask our family priest. I will ask and we can know.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
would
Okay.
be given
And
in Shastra Granthas, Gruhya Shastra Granthas, we can see. Sapinda, they say.
okay.
Sapindi
And
Karana,
also,
a process that would be done to the departed people, even that is there.
yeah.
So there we can
Yeah.
see. So many books are there. We can refer.
Oh,
And
okay. And also, what is the which medicinal plant is Somalata? Taral, to
Somalata
find
now,
out.
Somalata nowadays it is not seen frequently, but in the olden days for lakhs of years, Somalatas used to grow plentifully in the Himalaya prantas and the mountains, holy prantas mountains, and every time whatever yaga they performed, they used to take this Somalata,
Ah,
grind it, and that Soma rasa would be offered. There is a
oh, yeah.
particular drona, that is a particular vessel to keep that Soma rasa in that. So that Somarata is very much liked by all the gods, particularly by Devendra. So nowadays there are certain other, if Somalata is not available, they certain other types of creepers like our Bachalikura, as we say, different type of
Oh,
creepers are there, those they are using in the place of the Soma Latas.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Amma. Thank you.
Padmapriya garu.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Namaskaram, Visalakshi garu. Question on Jeera Jaggery paste, you mentioned that is the Sumuhurtan time, but in different parts of India, is that something that is followed, or if what is considered Sumuhurtam across?
It actually depends upon the difference of places, persons, customs. For our Andhra people, Jeera Jaggery, keeping Jeera Jaggery paste is considered to be Vivaha, and at Subha Muhurta we put that. But even in our Andhra people also, the differences are there in Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras. Difference is there in all parts of countries, in all parts of languages. It depends upon the Prantiya Bheda, Bhasha Bheda, Varna Bheda and everything. So as per their custom, whatever comes to them, traditionally they follow that. We follow this. So I explained.
One question, because of these differences, I hear this all the time between the girls' side, what they believe, and boys' side, what they believe. How do they resolve these? Like, I mean, we are more about it.
Okay. Actually, marriages would be performed in between the suppose Brahmin people, Brahmin people only they select. So like that, the traditions, customs would be 90%, 98% they would be matching to both the parties, because marriages would be performed in between such people only. And suppose any small differences are there, it is the duty of the parents of the girl to follow the customs of the bridegroom's party, mother and father, their paddhatis, we say. Varas paddhatis must be followed by Vathu's parents, because she has to step into their house. So even though small differences are there, that is why you keeping Machavarti, they sit and talk mutually, so that what is their custom, what is their custom. Even in Mangal Sutras, the size differs from even from the same people also. Andhras only, Orthodox family only, even then The Mangala Sutra size differs, shape differs. Similarly, Talambralu, similarly, the Jyotis. So, whatever may it be, they can sit together, decide, and resolve if any conflicts are there. Varas should be, customs must be followed by Vathu's parents.
Okay.
Dhanyavad.
I think we'll take up any other question after the Pradhana with your permission, madam.
Okay.
Chandrasekhar Garu, can you do the Pradhana, please?
Sure. ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Swasti. Dhanyavadalu Chandrasekhar Garu for the nice Pradhana. Now all of us rise for the national anthem, please. Venkatnarayana Garu, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
Dhanyavadalu Venkatnarayana Garu. Now we come back to the question and answer session. Any other person has any question? The essence of the entire Vivaha and the doubts. Maybe so many people have so many doubts on this Vivaha Kratu because there is always a difference in. Yeah, Padma Priya Garu, you go ahead.
Namaskaram, Visalakshi garu, chala santosham. Thank you so much. Last several days, the amount of knowledge you shared with us is amazing. So, from our heartfelt appreciation. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, I have to ask an embarrassing question. So I will ask because it's not so embarrassing, but we are having to deal with this in society. We are parents of two boys who are getting ready for marriage. So once in a while, we get into discussions in friends groups and others, and with all due respects to any other parents who have girls, I mean no disrespect, there is a debate. Why should it be Kanyadanam? Why cannot it be Varadanam? In today's day and age, we should also have Varadanam. Why are you forcing us to do Kanyadanam? What would be a proper response, a Vedic dharmic response for that?
Actually, it is Kanyadana only. Varadana is not at all there in our tradition according to the meaning that you spoke. Varadana is God's giving us boons, blessings. That is Varadana. Varadana would be given by elders, by gods only, and then by elders also. Why Kanyadana? Because Kanya is to be offered in marriage to Vara, and she would be getting the name of and dynasty Vamsha of that bridegroom, and she has to go to her in-laws house and stay there, and she is giving birth, and their dynasty would be increased. So it is Kanyadana, not Varadana. Vara is not given to Vathu. Vara is also given, of course, but Vathu is handed over. Vara is not coming to this house, and their son is not named as per the girl's dynasty. Of course, in Kerala, they give importance to mother and mother's family. So certain differences may be there, but as per our Dharma Shastras, as per our Sanatana Dharma, the Kanya Dana is to be given. This is Dana given only for religious righteous purpose and for prolonged dynasty and leading happy life and all, but not giving away forever as an article or money or something. It's already said. So only Kanya Dana, not Varadana. Vara means boon. Gods give us Varadana if we are really such great devotees.
I have one more question. You mentioned the bride is on the left side, and that's what we follow also. Even now we are sitting like this. I'm sitting on the left side of the groom. But we saw in other parts of India where they corrected us. They said we should sit on the right side.
Wait. Okay. So normally we follow Apastamba, Dharma Sutras and Gruhya Sutras. And we are of Yajurveda Shakha, Krishna Yajurveda Shakha mostly. So for them it is on the left side. There also, I already said, for certain kratus, the wife has to sit by the right side of husband. Even I spoke. For Rigvedis, actually, they always sit at the right side of their husbands. The ladies sit. Wife sits on the right side. For Rigveda followers. For Yajurveda and Atharva Veda, Sama Veda also same as us who follow Yajurveda. That is by the left side of husband we sit. For Rigveda, it is opposite. They sit by the right side. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dhanyavad. Both my elder sister and my elder brother are also your students, Visalakshi. They are in your Sanskrit class.
Oh,
Okay.
Like JVSM Lakshmi and Bhanu Nagesh garu, ma aadabadchu bav garu.
Okay, ma santosh.
Okay, there is one more question in the chat box. This is regarding intercaste marriages. Is intercaste marriage allowed? It is
No.
correct or wrong?
No, not at all allowed. Varna Sankara, Jati Sankara, Mata Sankara always leads for the destruction of humanity, mankind, and society. It ruins. It is not at all to be encouraged. Varna Sankara is not good. Mata Sankara should not be. And even Desha Sankara, nowadays people of Bharat Desha, a few of them, they are falling into love with Italian people or some other people and getting married. But even though people may say all human beings are same, so humanity is to be considered. That is different. In whatever dharma, in whatever desha, in whatever kula, gotra, Paramatma made us take birth. We must follow. As long as the Dvaita Bhava is there, as long as we feel that we are human beings, I am male, female, this, that, depending upon the vrittis, jobs and all, when this Dvaita is there, we must follow the customs given to us by Maharshis and by Paramatma in the Shastras, in the form of Shastras. For those who do not have the Dvaita Bhavana at all, when they realize and they see that only Brahman alone exists, then for such people, Jivan Muktas, they need not have to get involved in anything at all. If they involve, they can say there is no difference. They can get anything, but they never bother at all. So we must follow our Shastra. Whatever is given in the Shastras by Maharshis, given by Paramatma, we have to obey. So as long as people followed this Varnashrama dharmas perfectly, the entire world was very happy, peaceful, though here and there, of course, some mishaps may be happening. But nowadays, because of these mixture only, all such damages are being taking place.
Yeah, exactly. Just to extend further, the moment even within the caste, Prantiya Bedalu, that is the regional changes, also affects, because the moment we are following one system and the new person entering the house, if she is following a different system, and then it is very difficult to be compatible. So
Yes,
if the same systems are followed in their house also, it is very easy to follow here. So that
correct.
is the main purpose. And regarding this Sagotras, etc., that's a very important aspects. The first aspect which is seen in the marriage alliance is the Gotra. That only to means to say that if the same Gotra is there, they are brothers and sisters, not they cannot get married. That's the only the main point. So that's the first thing that is seen. The rest of the things are seen later. So
Yes,
the Prantiya Vedas are the main issues, and if these castes are different, then there is a big problem. If there is a Prantiya Vedas so badly within the caste, these can be sorted out. We can sit, I mean, that is the Madhyavarti who sits in between. He sorts out all the problems. And there are n number of what you say, Pranti Vedalu. So, and that should not lead to any of the uh, misunderstandings. That's the main reason.
yes. If castes are different, first problem arises with the eating, with
Yes,
the worshipping, with the customs, everything. Suppose vegetarian and non-vegetarian, they can never get adjusted. So that is the main. Also, we can say when
right.
we can eat comfortably, how can we? Then those who are vegetarian, if non-vegetarian person comes as the life partner, either boy or girl, then the whole system of life would be damaged. The even worshipping Achyatmika life also gets affected. So that is not to be encouraged.
Not only that, for example, Pranti Vedas, North and South. So
Yes,
if you have such kind of marriages, okay, you can people can go, but then in the house, what is the language that you are going to talk?
yes,
There is a lot of variations, meaning differences between a word used in one area and the one used in other area. So all
and
creates the
also
problem.
actually the effect comes on the children born
Exactly.
to such people. How they can get recognized in the society? If a Brahmin marries non-Brahmin or one caste people marry another caste people, how the children would be honored in the society? Main problem comes to the children. So one should never get involved in such uh, activities, we can say.
Right. So, Kuruvidi Leela Garu, you are having a question. You can ask the question very briefly.
Yes, sir. I mentioned in the chat box my question.
Yeah, you can raise that. It is too lengthy. You can ask that.
Okay. Namaste, madam.
Namaste.
So my question is, first one is,
Regarding
I
remarriage.
heard about the Dhruva Nakshatra showing. This is the first time I am hearing, madam. Tell me about that.
I already spoke. You can listen to it once again.
Okay.
Dhruva means actually firm. Dhruva, you know the story of Dhruva.
Yes,
So,
yes, ma'am.
You know the story, isn't it? That devotee. So
Yes,
that
yes.
boy, because he wanted to sit on the lap of his father, Uttanapada,
Ah,
because Uttama, Suruchi, Suniti, you know that story. So
yeah, yeah.
the 5-year-old boy, because his younger mother asked him to, because she, Uttama's mother, Suruchi, Suniti, we know the story. So this
Hmm.
Dhruva, even his mother advised him to pray Lord Sriman Narayana. So he prays and performed such a great penance by which Lord Narayana came there and made him actually the lord of the Dhruva place
Mandal.
itself. He is made as Dhruva Nakshatra and a Dhruva Mandala is given to him. Instead of sitting on the lap of his father, a mortal being, he sat on the lap of Paramatma. So such highest position is given. So showing that Dhruva Nakshatra to the married couple, newly married wife Varavatu, is the intention is they also must be as firm and as strong, as devoted, and as righteous as that of Dhruva. They
Okay,
must do
madam.
all religious rites firmly. They must stand like Dhruva Nakshatra without getting feared or withered for any unwanted situations like that.
Okay, your second question,
Madam.
please.
Thank you, madam.
Be brief.
My second question is, nowadays it is common thing, diverse between the couple, and so some parents are doing remarriage to their daughter, and again they are donating as a kanyadana. Is it right thing or is it ritual? Is there any common cause in the Dharma Sutras?
As per our Sanatana Dharma, a boy should get married only once in the life. A girl must get married only once in the life. But in the Dharma Shastras, even in Manu Dharma Shastra and other Dharma Shastras also, certain conditions are given. Depending upon those conditions, if it is essential, the boy can get married second time, but he should marry an unmarried girl. That is what the Shastra says. Because he has to do Yajna Yagadi Kratus and Pitru Karyas, offering Havyas to gods and Kravyas to Pitru Devas. Wife should be there by his side. So he is allowed, permitted to get married. Whereas the girls or ladies, if once the husband dies or something happens and get separated, girls are not allowed to get married. But depending upon, suppose the girl, as soon as the marriage is over, when the girl is still small, young, could not get even children, at that
Hmm.
age, suppose for any reason husband is not there, she is allowed to get married depending upon the situations. But everything after leading half life, the male or female, if they want to remarry, giving divorces for unwanted conflicts between them, that is not acceptable to the Shastra. If the wife dies normally, then the male people, they can get married, remarried, because of the yajna kartavya, duty is there.
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you very much, Visalakshi, for the time given to us, elaborating on the Shavar Samskaras and especially this Vivaha Kratu. I think many people will be interested to know more and more. They should refer the books as suggested and also our manual, which is given in the description. Thank you very much for clearing the doubts also. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
I close the day. Thank you
Yes.
very much and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, sir, for patiently every day you are getting up, waking up, conducting all these, not only for me, for all people. We would be coming only for 10 days or something. But throughout the course for 4 months, every day, you are allotting your precious time. That is great, praiseworthy.
And
I
here I
appreciate
should
you.
apologize for reminding you the time, etc. Please excuse me. That's part of my duty to remind you. And because I have also other works to do after this class, So that's the reason I also 8 o'clock people will have to leave for jobs. That is also one point. So please, thank you again very much.
Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you.